Hello guys, Hatred Elemental back once again with Draco Sodas here.
What's up?
Now I know that I sent out a message on my most recent Magmammal video saying that the Friday the 13th curse has struck again and everything, and it did. But I got the game to work again. You will never believe how. So I went to the title screen, it was hovering around 45 FPS. And I was like, let's just see what happens if I record. So I got Bandicam going, and I hit the record button. It skyrocketed to 60 FPS, and when I ended that little mini recording, it was still at 60. So here we are! Also, when I was messing around, I discovered...
Whoa. Hey! Just so you know, you're going to enter Tier 9 if you continue to the left. If you just came from Lights Lab and don't want spoilers, Tier 1 through 8 are to the right. If you want access to the Tier 10 levels, press up in front of this rainbow!
Wait, did we go here? That would explain...
That's an Izumi Man theme!
Oh, it is?
Yeah!
Oh well. We've gotta get to Tier... 8. 8. Yes. Yes, yeah. King DDD, hello. Don't worry, I'm getting on the move. Stop bugging me. Commando Man. He'll never leave you alone. Those pits are annoying. Like, I understand that they're there to make getting back down easier. But as a because I'm a slide-aholic, I fall a lot. Alright, we want to be here. 22. Spoony Bardol Aurora Man. 34.0. 39, 33, 35, 40, 23. Let's go! Nope, that's solid.
Boom. Hey.
Ha.
Get the tiny bolt.
Oh, we need these, yeah. I don't know, I'm having a hard time figuring out what's background and what's foreground. So just get me out of there. Huh? Is that a new that's just a retextured crystal gel, but...
Still pretty.
Yeah? Also, I think they have a slightly different AI. Get charged. Man, you shield attackers are strong. And by that I mean you have a lot of HP.
I don't know why, but I'm expecting a mini-boss somewhere on the stage.
I wouldn't be surprised if we if we end up getting one. Yeah.
Nice!
Thank you. I have better knockback. You can't hurt me.
Less knockback, I guess.
Yeah. Is this,
Something about that does look suspicious.
Dang it, I slipped trying to... I was looking at that tile that's going from red to black.
Yeah.
That's confusing. Is that something?
It might just be a glitch.
Alright.
Hatred, don't get yourself killed, please.
That's gotta be something, though. Okay.
You probably could have super arrowed into that area there.
Maybe.
There is a noble nickel here.
There is.
This stage is pretty.
It is. It's a good looking level.
And it's functional too. By that I mean it's playable.
Yeah.
Unlike a certain other pretty-looking level.
Which one are you talking about? Oh, Yggdrasil?
Yep.
Oh yes, Yggdrasil. Well, surpassing Megalovania in terms of video popularity so far. So that's good.
Alright. I mean, no disrespect towards the creator of that stage, but it's just awful. Power muscle.
Do we get a Robot Master? Please tell me we get a Robot Master. No, we don't. Okay, well that was fun. But I need to see how you destroy those blocks.
I don't think you do.
Well, there was one up right here in the beginning. It must have been to practice on, maybe.
It's a box.
Aha!
Triple blade. Okay, so apparently that can be destroyed.
There is something to it. Time to look for Easter eggs! Yeah, it's secrets. Alright. Triple blade, equip. Okay. What's up here?
A thing. There's the noble nickel!
The nickel for the noble.
The nickel. It is very noble.
I think that's all the important stuff here.
Really nice level. The level has a very good difficulty curve, and there's some very interesting and surprisingly difficult setups dealing with the Shadow Man platforms. I love how they were used in tandem with the Crystal Joes. They present nice, rhythm-y challenges. I think the one issue I really would have with the level is the 2 rooms where you drop down onto Shadow Man platforms. I didn't get killed by the rooms, but I feel like I got lucky. It seems very easy for a player to be dropped down into spikes if they're not positioned exactly right, and it requires very quick reaction time to react to the fact that you're falling onto spikes as well as to immediately jump off the Shadow Man platform. Other than that, the level's pretty good, and I love the aesthetics. Very solid level overall.
This level was meh. The graphics were nice, Aurora effect could use some work though, but there were some design flaws. A few sections dropped you into a room on top of platforms that open up underneath you while having to dodge enemy attacks. There wasn't really enough time to react without using the flash stopper. The rest of the level was pretty uneventful though. Although there were some nice platforming challenges with the red platforms.
Pretty nice and simple level. It does a fairly good job at introducing all of its elements and looks really nice. I feel like the enemy placement in this stage occasionally gets rather wacky, with areas near the middle of the level being more challenging than the setups toward the end. But the challenges themselves are nice and fun to play through. I feel like the level was, in its design, somewhat limited by its city theme, and that shaping the surrounding area based on the design would have allowed for some more creative segments overall. Still, fun level!
Absolutely fantastic stage. The level design is rock solid, and it was very... The level design is rock solid, and it was ultimately a very enjoyable experience. Not to mention the visuals look absolutely marvelous. I forget about that word a lot. Marvelous.
Marvelous!
I would have liked if the level had a boss, like the title suggests, but that's certainly no big deal. Especially when we have a stage as good as this. Let's see what Spark thinks about this!
Oh boy. Another boss corridor, another lack of Robot Master, or any sort of climax at all.
It was the first thing mentioned, too!
This was disappointing, especially with the level name. You really needed a boss! The main issue with this level is, it looked great, it sounded great, and that was it. There was so little interesting going on that it is overall quite forgettable. The fact that only one gimmick was used is also a real blow to the stage. There wasn't much creativity here. You are missing a comma, sir! There was a lot there in the dev kit. Use it! The only real highlight of the stage was the Noble Nickel. But one creative spot does not a creative stage make. The enemy selection was all over the place with little cohesion, as if they were chosen at random at times. Very forgettable, not that fun, and I'm not terribly impressed, sorry. But still, the level wasn't bad, just not terribly interesting.
Okay, that's fair. That is a pit. I'm not going to try and walk there. Yes, Motion Sickness Man. He's actually... I realize now that he is actually from a fan game, Mega Man Disillusion, I think. Let's go with on!
Disqualified. Bead 28. Oh,
Bouncy.
Bead.
Bouncy Castle. 34.0. 40, 29, 34, 33, X. Score divided by 4.
Motion sickness warning. 2 energy 2... Oh god.
That's very bouncy. Oh, the Metars bounce! Oh! Oh, good goodness.
This doesn't really make me comfortable. The stage itself bounces! Oh, teleporters.
Flee! Oh! Are you getting motion sickness or something?
I don't know, but this may not have been the best of ideas. It's a good gimmick, but take into consideration what problems people might have. Oh!
Let's just be smart about this. It's really all we have to do is not be complete and total fools.
Like we usually are?
Oh yeah. Hot dog!
Hot doggy! Whoa! Hey! I don't know what's making the world bounce up and down so much, but standing here riding it out is so much fun!
Really, there's nothing there? I am disappointed. Huh?
We're in a different area now. I think...
Oh, come on.
Bounce that! Man. Oh, Jewel Satellite, Jewel Satellite.
Oh dear.
This is very bad.
But I did it! Oh, so this is just like a choice stage. It's full of different choices.
Hey, Spark, I sympathize.
For me, it's really just confusing. But yeah. Once again, I will have a time code in the description to skip the stage. I should have said that in the beginning, because I didn't think about it until now. Oh, that was a jerk!
There are only 2 noble nickels and 1 energy element.
Wait, there are 2 noble nickels? Oh, yeah, that's right. There were 2. It's a shame that this was disqualified. Except for the possibility for motion sickness.
Oh!
That's the Mega Man 2 ending background. Oh, B for bead.
He's 28.
Bouncy Crash Man.
Yeah, there's a Robot Master here, and he has a palette swap, which makes him... Whoa! Okay! Why couldn't Crash Man do this in the original game?
Because NES limitations. Gotta go back in. Okay, so the other Noble Nickel is literally just over here. Got it. Let's go!
Oh my god, this level is the most unfocused thing in the universe, and I love it for that. It just takes its gimmick and runs with it. There's like half the enemies in the game used, and they're just bouncing up and down everywhere, and it's the dumbest thing ever. My experience with playing the level was basically just, oh my god, it's this enemy, oh no, how is it gonna use this? It just keeps you on your toes. It's just so great. I do have some issues with the design though, namely the first section and the boss. The first section is by far the weakest part of the level, mostly because of the Sniper Joe setup, which just takes a literal eternity to get through, and it's really difficult to actually take care of. The level really picks up after it, though, because it really just runs with a gimmick. There's alternate paths and tons of stuff, and even with how wacky the level gets, with its theme jumping all over the place and it using like half the dev kit enemies, it still manages to create coherent gameplay with it. Mostly because the rooms themselves have specific ideas.
Dang it.
Specific ideas. We need to work on that.
I know. There we go.
Specific ideas, and it isn't just a free-for-all for the whole level. Sorry about that, guys. Fave is definitely the Nightman room. It's just ridiculously fun to have just so much bouncing. Boss, though, I'm not a huge fan of. The raining bomb attack is fine, but the shield attack seems very inconsistent to actually dodge because you can't guarantee that the attack and the bouncy castle gimmick will line up with its timing. The good definitely outweighs the bad, though, and it's a really fun level.
I'm sorry, but I don't think this gimmick was thought through enough. The bounciness often sends you flying straight into enemy attacks, and vice versa. There also didn't seem to be a pattern between the times of bounciness, making it even harder to get around. It felt like the stage was made normally, and then the bounce effect was added later.
Unfortunately, most of my enjoyment in this level got quickly overshadowed by the unpredictable nature of the bouncy castle, which lies both at the core of the level, but it's also what makes it hard for me to enjoy the level to its fullest. While I love the bouncing effect, and really like the setups you provide that are built around this mechanic, such as in the opening room or the fan area of the castle section, big chunks of the level didn't seem to be particularly built around the mechanic. Aside from that, if I were able to predict the timing and height of my jumps more accurately, landing around the enemy's bounces would have been a lot easier and more consistent, making the level overall fairer and more strategically oriented. All this needs is a bit more telegraphing as to when a bounce happens. Taking away the initial bounce's effect and having it be purely visual might be enough. As it stands, though, while I like the concept of the level and it had some silly fun by just bouncing all over the place, my method for actually advancing in this level is staying away from the ground as much as possible and otherwise playing the level like any other.
Although the idea behind this level is really interesting, it ironically ruins it for me. There's generally little wrong with the level itself. It looks pretty, the level's design is fair, it's fun overall, but having Mega Man constantly bounce around makes it hard to make jumps over pits and hit enemies, and shortly after you find yourself tired from all of this. Honestly, I feel like removing the main gimmick altogether would just improve the level overall.
This level made me physically ill about a minute into it. Therefore, I am unable to give it a fair review, as I am unable to play it. It was a very clever idea, but somehow in execution it's unbearable. You have too much motion going on, I think is the problem, and vertical motion is not something certain people suffering with motion sickness can deal with. I'm kind of glad we caught this early. We don't want to make the playbase unwell.
Yeah. I didn't have too much of a problem, but let's see what it's like. Is there literally no bouncing effect? Nope, there is no bouncing effect. So it's the same stage without the bouncing. Cool.
Boing, 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 boing.
I want to keep that on. That was fun.
Thanks for the warning, motion sickness man. Whoa! Okay. Quickman's being a total spaz.
They're racing.
So Snake... Running around in circles sure is fun!
Come on, come back here. I want to talk to you, Quickman! Quickman!
Try and catch up with him. Oh, hard man to...
21st! Hard man.
Hatred?
What?
Hatred? Try shooting.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Alright, can you talk to Quickman? Or...
Well, let's try. Quickman. Nope, doesn't.
No, you can't.
Doesn't look like. Maybe here, though. Come on. Yes!
Whew! I may look fast, but Snake Man is actually many laps ahead of me!
21! Gone Sovereign. City under
siege.
34.6. 36, 36, 27, 38, 36. A lot of 36s.
2 Noble Nickels, 1 energy element.
Oh, this is pretty.
Dr. Wowie!
Attention, citizens of New Harbor! This is the brilliant scientist and soon-to-be ruler of the world, Dr. Albert Wiley. My robots and I currently have the city under siege. All highways connecting to the city have been destroyed. Make no attempt to escape if you value your life. Mr. Mayor, you have 48 hours to surrender the city to me, or else I will command my robot army to slaughter all humans until you change your mind. And if that blue brat Mega Man is watching this, good luck getting past my robot minions! If you do survive, my fortress is located at 721 5th Avenue. There's an old friend waiting to see you!
Rich.
He gave us an address.
Well, yeah.
An address!
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
We have the Concrete Man platforms.
Oh, yes. Always loved them. The addition of that enemy right there is reminding me of the Mega Man X.
Oh yeah.
Also, isn't it interesting how Mega Man 7 and Mega Man X both had a highway for their intro stage? Like, when you think about it, essentially, they are the same game. Only when you really think about it.
Oh, Rush. Okay.
Oh,
It's the Mega Man 3 Rush Jet!
Oh, yes. Another Mega Man 8 gimmick that I wasn't particularly fond of. Oh, god, this guy is hard to control! He's so fast!
Oh, grab it!
Ow.
Missile to the face.
Boom, let's go. Eddie! Thank you for giving me something pointless right now. 5th Avenue. Okay, I'm not sure what I think about the graphics here.
I think it actually looks alright.
Yeah. I'm comparing it to the other graphics. It's a different style is all. Ah.
Ouchies. Oh.
Oh, that's a TV.
Whack those crazy eyebrows.
Gimme.
Thank you.
Oh, we got you guys. Always hated you. Always.
They didn't even try to hide the Noble Nickels.
Yeah, that's one problem I have. But I guess it's also a blessing, because when you think about it, they are easy to find, but they're also not unbelievably hard to find. And a lot of the times you either get easy to find, like way too easy to find, or way too hard, and I would much rather easy to find. We all remember, well, Conveyor Mayhem. Sorry again for getting so frustrated there. I already had a pretty lengthy description about all of that, but still it's worth mentioning. Okay. There we go. Big Eye! Gimme. Alright, what's in here?
What absolute horror awaits us now? Another Mecha Dragon fight!
Of course!
Oh god, the platforms roll.
Yep. But they're also wider than in the original fight.
Also, we have an 8-bit rendition of the Fortress boss theme from Mega Man 7. A boss theme that I really enjoy, actually. Bouncies. Please let that count. Please let that count. Please let that count.
Let's try this again!
Hated design.
Okay.
It still counts that we got it.
It still counts.
Oh my god, that was glorious.
Forgive that, half sentence of Draco's. We were talking about the Mecha Dragon design.
Okay, what the heck? You somehow took City War and Sunset Siege and combined them and made a pretty good level out of them? Seriously, this level's really good. I like the whole setup of the level, and the intro part is pretty interesting with setups like Sparkman platforms and gachapons. I think it plays really well. Also, woo, slopes! There's even a freaking Mega Man 8 Rush Jet part. Even though it's not like the most creative use of it ever, it's still really fun, and I like that a lot too. You have the City War section, which I really like too. I really love your usage of new Shotmans here with them above ground. Also, I totally got fooled by that camo Flametol.
Yeah.
Most of this level, I just really love how it plays, and I find it super fun. I think there are two things that bring it down for me, though. I don't like the usage of Sniper Joes here. They just seem to be placed to waste your time, and also it seems that for this level, only their weakness to Slash Claw was drastically toned down for some ungodly reason. Also, the Mecha Dragon fight just really isn't that fun to fight in general, really. Also, it's really easy to get instantly dropped into a pit when entering the boss room because there's no way to tell where the platforms are gonna be. So, first time I got there, I veered to the left for whatever reason and got dunked into a pit.
Get dunked on.
But it's just two flaws in an otherwise pretty good level. Great job here.
We both said the same thing.
Great minds think alike.
I was expecting a City War sequel when I saw this level's name, and that's kind of what I got. It's like City War, but with better graphics and without all the holes. Seriously, the graphics in this level are great. I really liked some parts, and the Rush Jet I really liked some parts, like the Rush Jet section. However, this level has a pretty ridiculous difficulty spike towards the end. Literally, you get spammed spikes
Literally, you spammed spikes in that vertical.
Literally, you spammed spikes in that vertical section. And that Mecha Dragon boss really ruined the level. Mecha Dragon on conveyor belts just isn't fun.
This level's city area is very beautiful. I really like how it looks, very authentic. However, it doesn't really feel good to play. I get the feeling of the level's design was influenced by its aesthetic, which ended up making it feel rather dull, having to rely on a quantity of hazards in order to ramp up the challenge, rather than a clever combination of them and mutation of setups. There could have been more done with the illusion blocks, which I found to be an interesting gimmick that got introduced but unfortunately went largely unused until the end of the stage. The boss is not a lot of fun to play, since standing on either of the left platforms sees the player tumbling to their death as soon as they get hit. The shmup segment...
The Rush Jet segment.
The shmup segment would have been a lot better if you didn't let the player face...
Shoot 'em up, I think. I think that's what it means, I don't know.
Can I read, please?
Yeah.
The shmup segment would have been a lot better if you didn't let the player face left, too.
Very good level. The level design is creative and solid, and there are no cheap spots, with the only problem maybe being the large amount of Sniper Joes. I also liked the mini-plot and how the level looks, although the latter could be a bit better. While the Rush Jet section is quite annoying, for me the biggest experience ruiner is the boss and how hard it is not to fall off the moving platforms. Besides that, it remains a very enjoyable level.
Oh no! War has returned to the city! But at least this time workmen have patched in the holes. I mean, there might have been some lawsuits involving that. Pleasant enough stage, really. It's clear a fair old whack of effort was taken to make this place look like an actual city, even if the tile set doesn't really suit Mega Man at all. The stage didn't do much in the way of anything original, but I have to admit, the concrete man blocks were pretty well handled. And you usually had me going, huh, neat, every so often. I also loved how these were introduced. Probably better than how Capcom themselves introduced the gimmick, if I'm honest. The Sparkman platforms got some good usage here, and you slowly increase the difficulty in logical ways. Cool. The Rush Jet segment was a little... weird. The lack of obstacles in that area, and just enemies, made it a little dull. Things the player is required to outright dodge rather than shoot could have made this more interesting. Not bad though. Enemy selection worked, the stage was mostly a nice pleasant stroll, and nothing of note stands out. That might just be the level's issue. Generic and just sort of there. But it's a nice sort of there after all. Also, hi Durgan!
Again, Durgan!
He managed to be the hardest portion of the stage, mostly due to how easy it is to be knocked into a pit by his fireballs. The stage was fine overall. Definitely can see the effort that went into it though.
I think I might know why this level looks, why the graphics of that level look so weird to me. I've noticed that the lampposts and probably a lot of other things have black background, have like black outlines. Whereas Mega Man, well, no, Mega Man does have a black outline. Dang it! I proved myself wrong, once again.
Most people are scared of heights, but I can handle it. After all, I'm a man of steel. Literally.
Yes, you are. Comet
Woman!
Better be careful, Mega Man. We wouldn't want you slipping and falling off now, would we?
Are you threatening me? Because I don't take kindly to being threatened.
Also, was there another level down there?
Down here, this is just... Oh, there is! Oh, there is. Oh, okay. But, with that, this is Hatred Elemental and Draco Soda Zero signing out. We hope that you guys enjoyed, and we will see you again next time. Goodbye.